Hey everybody, how you doing? John Bonham here, also known as Cape Cod Wet Shaving. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a great Christmas. I know I did. Busy. Turns out from the day after Thanksgiving to Christmas, I'm just swamped. So it's been a while since I've done a video, but I had to do one today. Really wanted to be the first for obvious reasons. First off, coffee of the day. Cranberry from Cape Cod Coffee. Really good one, one of the holiday releases. And the reason I'm using that one is because I will be using Cape Cod Cranberry today. One of my favorite sets, from Katie's Bubbles, along with the Splash. There we go, Stupid Glare. And my recently acquired EDT. Thank you, Chris. Very much appreciated, buddy. Chris has some great stuff. Oh, he did a great job with this soap. Scent notes are balsam, butter. No, they're not. That's a different soap. Excuse me. I have my notebook. I got to put an X through stuff because I keep reusing the same page. Scent notes are cranberry, oak, sea moss, vetiver, cedar, and salt. It's a very nice cranberry mixed with a sweet kind of green scent to it. Very pleasant. To save time, I already have it lathered. I added too much water, so I'm probably going to have to go into the tub and thicken it up on my face. So the reason I'm making this video is for this. Okay. As far as I know, I'm one of the first ones to get it. Maybe not the first. Steve was trying to... This came from Hong Kong, by the way. That's where Steve Tenter lives, from Alpha Shaving. How you doing, Steve? So... surprisingly, it came pretty quickly considering where it arrived from. But this is the collaboration razor I did with him. And, you know, he sends you a bunch of goodies for those who are familiar. You get this beautiful box, extra $5. I already have a blade loaded in this, by the way. I have a Rex Platinum blade. But there she is, guys. Look at this bad boy. So... originally, these are Coast Guard colors. For those who are not aware, I'm ex-Coast Guard. My wife's still active duty. As of the filming of this, she's coming up on her 20 years. Sorry. So, I had originally wanted open comb only. But my goal had been a milder open comb, because I'm very picky about open combs. And I wanted sharper teeth on it. He had to dumb them down, obviously, because, you know, if you drag it on your face and they're sharp, it's going to tear you up. But my goal was to go for this. It was for a shark aesthetic. So I think he did pretty well with that. So it's aluminum, 63 grams, and that blade gap is 0.9 millimeters, 0.9 millimeters, so pretty neutral. The Shave Dad razor, also from Alpha, was 0.7, so that one was a little more mild. I just wanted to kind of meet in the middle with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and get shaving with this for the first time. And for those who saw, thank y'all, by the way, first and foremost, for y'all's support, whether you bought one or not. People who commented on it, you know, for one reason or another couldn't get it. I understand. It is what it is. Plus, it came out near the holidays. So, but you do get this snazzy stand. Get it out. All right. And last minute, Steve threw in the close comb. And this is a very proud moment for me. Look at that. That Cape Cod logo. He was afraid it wouldn't come out because of all the detail, but it did. And coincidentally, Steve's the one that designed that new logo for me, so I owe this guy a lot. He says I don't, but I feel I do. Okay. And y'all know Katie's Bubbles, but in case you don't, Chris has one of the best vegan bases out there. Yeah, it's a little bit thin. I'll thicken that up here in a second. Sorry, Chris. My bowl filled up. It's starting to spill over. I kept adding more and more soap without water, and it just was overflowing, so I had to stop. So he originally released this as an autumn scent. For those who don't know, They float the cranberries, or harvest. They harvest the cranberries usually in October, so depending on the crop, sometimes in November, but that's not very common. We call them float the berries because that's literally what they do. They flood the crop with a bunch of fresh water, and then they have a machine that goes through and just rustles up the cranberry bushes, and the berries naturally float. And so they'll rise up to the surface, a harvester comes through and gets them, and then they drain it again, and that's it. So, pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure I did not use this over the autumn season, which is weird because it's usually one of the first ones I reach for. So, for obvious purposes, Steve called this razor the Cape Cod Beast, I believe, which was funny to me. Unofficial moniker he gave it. There we go, a lot better. But like I said, it's meant to be the Coast Guard colors. That was his idea. I was originally going for Christmas colors because I like Christmas colors, but it doesn't make sense if you're shaving with the thing in June. It was more me trying to attach coloration to it that was meaningful, you know. And then what did he tell me? I think he said white. You can't anodize with white. You can fill an etching, which is what he did here with the anchor, but you can't do, like, let's say the whole handle white. Unfortunately, you can only do silver. So the other thing I forgot to mention is the shape. That's meant to be a nod to a lighthouse. He did great with that one. But okay, time's a wasting. Let me go ahead and get to shaving first time. And in case I didn't say it, Steve, thank you for doing this. Really good guy. I've gotten to know him through this whole process. And I kept messaging him going, are you happy with the result? And he was like, are you happy with the result? And I think he kept an eye on tracking more than I did for when it would get here. So much appreciated, good sir. And again, for people who got it, thank you. So Shave Dad did the first razor collab that I saw with Steve. Then Barry, Texan Shaves, did the Lone Star, which I have, and I think I need to showcase that. Speaking of Barry, thanks again, bud. Barry got his razor. We both got it yesterday. And he messaged me and said, hey, I'm supposed to have it. When are you supposed to get it? And I said, today. Coincidentally. And he said, okay, I'm not going to post it until you do. Which is pretty neat. So thanks, Barry. You know, a lot of these guys, and it's understandable why. They want to be the first to post something. I get that. When I was able to talk to Joe in person, Joe Caton, how you doing, Joe? And he gave me the first bottle of Watauga. First one that anyone had. And I knew it. And he said, just please don't say anything to anybody until right before the release date. I'm like, oh, all right. So I get it. I know that feeling. Like, I want so badly to tell people I have this just so they could message and go, how is it? And I could give them some props and some love and get people to buy it. And it just feels good to be like, hee, I have it first. So, anyway, sorry. But it was very decent of you, man, to wait. And he gets it. He came out with the razor before me, so look at that lather. That's better. Oh my goodness. I told myself this would be a quick video, but it never is. So let's talk about the razor. The whole reason I'm making this video. It's smooth for an open comb, which is exactly what I wanted. The blade I have in here, the Rex, is phenomenal. That's why I picked it. And it's been used multiple times, so it's even smoother. So, great razor, Steve. I wanted it to be a daily driver for people. Personally, I would have gone milder. I like mild. I don't like overly aggressive. A lot of people love overly aggressive. They'll dodge a razor if it's too mild. Perfect example of methods may vary. It is what it is. On the opposite, if it's overly aggressive, I won't get it. I think someone told me the Overlander is aggressive. That's why I haven't gotten one. One of them. Might be wrong. It's one of those. So, but last minute he decided on the closed plate, so close comb. But stubble meets steel, Mr. John. Is it Venturio? I apologize, man. I know it starts with a V and ends in O. How are you, by the way? I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you had a good holidays. He messaged me and said that he liked that the close plate wasn't, what was the word he used? Like, have open, like, big grooves in it, I think. I need to go find the word he used. And it doesn't. It's almost completely smooth. It's similar, really, almost to the West Coast Shaving Lithe. Just has those little notches in it, that's it. So that appealed to him, which was interesting because I didn't think of that. So, but it was just a nice surprise that Steve wanted to do this with me. Because there's other guys who could have done it. And I say that all the time. And I know it might drive some people nuts. Just to live in the moment, enjoy it. I am. But I also try to stay humble and realistic. Because he could have picked a lot of other people to do that. And he might still. But for now, that was decent of him. So thank you, Steve. Really, man. All of y'all. Just having a razor with that logo on it. Awesome feeling. And right now, as of the filming of this video, I think he said he has 9 of the closed comb plates left. Probably less now. I'd say 5 or 6. Because I know there's at least one person I was talking to that wanted one. You, John, actually. Yeah, so 8. At least 8. Sorry. Or 9. I can't remember. Just act fast is my point. Because they are going to go quick. Alright. Oops. I forgot. I've been touching up. I was about to say let me do post shave, but I got to touch up right here. I've been trying to maintain the mustache and beard line better. Because in this, once my hairs sprout from the corner of my mouth, they have a tendency to grow down. And when I'm trying to style my mustache, it just obviously doesn't look right. My mustache starts trying to look like the and symbol. Okay, now let's go do post. I'll be right back. All right, gang, there we go. That's a great shave. Look at that. Got a little soap in my mouth. Doesn't taste like cranberry. what made me love this soap a lot was he really did get the scent of the bogs. So they use fresh water. There's a misconception by some that they use salt water. It's a saltwater bog for the cranberries. It's not. Even when they flood it, it's fresh water. Cranberries thrive, much like blueberries, in acidic, sandy, rocky soil, which is what the entire Cape is. It's sand, rocks, and clay. So if you use salt water, it'd kill them real quick, it'd nuke them. So, but the reason I say that is because there's a very distinct, salty, it's hard to describe. You'd have to be standing in a bog, but when you're standing in a bog, especially one that's just been flooded, the wind that hits you, the smell is just very distinct, and it does have a bit of a salty air to it. So, all right. Now, for the coup de grace. When I got this, I looked at it real quick and then flipped it over, looked at that, told Chris, hey, and I actually put some on my wrist, smelled it, was like, wow, that smells delicious. Told Chris, thank you. I said, by the way, what is it? And I imagine the look on his face was like, and he said, why don't you go look at the side label? I said, side label? I was like, so it was funny. It's a different beast in EDT form. Oh my gosh, that smells good. But now I have the trifecta, so thanks, Chris. And that'll do it, guys. So Cape Cod Beast, I guess, is the official name. If you got it, thank you. If not, oh well. Maybe one day, if I could convince Steve to do it, he might do a new batch of these, but it'd be cool to do it in different colors. But for now, I didn't show you my brush. My Sawdust Creations Coast Guard brush. And then I may or may not have a buddy of mine that made a matching brush for this razor. So stay tuned. I'll be using this razor for a while. Appreciate it, y'all. Especially if you made it to the end of the video. Especially if you bought one. Either way, thank you. This has been one hell of a journey, and it's culminated in 2 soap sets and a razor now. So, awesome. All right, everybody. Y'all take care. Happy New Year. It's New Year's Eve. On its way to 2025. So, have a safe New Year, everyone. Y'all take care. Happy shaving. Take care of one another. See you next time.